Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Today, it's the day has come, and for me, as well as many Chelsea fans that are England fans, for the second time this has come this season. A European final at the highest level, not no Europa League final, we're not talking about that, they're not included. Champions League finalists. Man City fans will probably know, except it didn't end well for them. But this is England in a European final. England at a final of a major competition. England in a final for the first time since 1966. 55 years of waiting has led to now. And honestly, because it's been that long and because it's such a massive occasion, if England do it, they go into history. They go into history. But because of the magnitude of this, we can't lose. We just can't. It's as simple as that. If we do, when will be the next time? There's no guarantee. It's not like, at club level, for example, with Chelsea, I have this thing where I just expect Chelsea to be at least in a semi-final. Yeah, maybe even next season. Maybe the season after. Soon, it will happen. Being in a European final, I'm quite confident, at least if it's not next season or the season after, in the next 5 years, we'll be in another Champions League final. With England, there's none of that. With England, you never know. With England, we might not see it again in our lifetimes. We might have to wait for our kids and then their kids to see it. This is the thing with England. It's really weird because for years and years and years, we look at this England team and it's full of world class, if I'm honest. On paper, we've always got one of the best teams in the world. But we never perform. We're never consistent. Bad result after bad result. It always goes wrong, whether it's because of the manager, whether it's because of the team not gelling, whether it's because something. There's always something that gets in the way. Despite us being one of the best teams in the world, we can never get to the latter stages of a competition. And twice now, we've done it. We got to the semi-final of the World Cup, and then it ended badly because of fatigue and because of all of that. And now we're in the final of the Euros, just 3 years later, with a chance of winning a trophy for the second time and winning the European trophy for the first time. We'll be European champions for the first time. That is, as I've said, with Chelsea, I've experienced that first time. And that was special. It's always that first time that's special. And then the second time and the third, you get into the rhythm and you get into the midst of things. But that first time, it's unparalleled. And if England can do it tonight, that would be historic. Not just in terms of achievements on the pitch and achievements for the England team, but what about for the country? What about off the pitch? What about, all due respect to Italy. And if they do win it, I'm sure they deserve it completely because they've been one of the most impressive teams in the Euros so far, hands down. But they've done it before, they've done it before. They know what this is like. This is nothing new for them. They've got 4 World Cups, for goodness sakes. They've got 4 stars on their badge. We got 1. And this is all we got. We got this little star here, and that's it. Yeah, Italy, 4 World Cups. I don't even know how many flipping European titles they got. I mean, look, they've done it before. They know what it's like. Let us have one. Let us have one. No, honestly, for the sake of the country, for the sake of people here and what it would do, as I've said, this is something we haven't seen in 55 years, let alone never win a European trophy, just a trophy. For the people that were there back then and they've seen it, they're all in their late 80s now. There are 4 remaining players of that 1966 World Cup winning team. The rest, unfortunately, have all passed away. There's 4 left. The 2 Charltons, Jeff Hurst and Cohen. Those 4. And I hope they're all there tonight at the final. I think that would be very, very fitting for them to be there. Kind of pass the torch, if you know what I mean. Be very nice to have their presence. That way they can see it as a fan. Something they've never done before. And much like all of us, for the sake of everyone off the pitch in this country, what it would do for everyone's morale, everyone's mindset, and for the experience, for the first time, no one knows what it's like. It would be incredible. So I really, really hope at Wembley, home turf, most of the fans will be English. The trophy there, 90 minutes away. I hope we don't crumble under the pressure. I hope we don't crumble under the pressure. And this is my one worry. My one worry is that England psychologically might might not cope with the magnitude of the occasion. I hope they do, though. I hope they do. I hope they go onto the pitch. It's just another game. It's just another game. Go out there and play the same way you've played all the other games. Last 16, quarterfinal, semi-final. Go out there and do the same. Go out there and do the same. Now, Italy will not be easy. Italy have a fantastic team. Now, obviously, Spinazzola is out because of the injury that he sustained. He's going to be out for 6-7 months. We'll see how long that goes. But in terms of the collective, what they have, I mean, Chiellini, Bonucci in defence, Di Lorenzo right back, who's very effective. In terms of their front line, for example, Insigne, Immobile, Chiesa. I mean, it's full of pace, power, precision, technique. It's mad. So we've got to really, really, really be careful. The instrumental part of Italy, though, is the midfield. Man. You just see that midfield and you think, oh my God. Jorginho has had fantastic tournament, an absolutely fantastic tournament. Barella, who's alongside him. It's just, you feel like their midfield is stacked in terms of quality, speed, being able to pass the ball, and being able to pick out any long balls or through balls should they have to. Very, very effective. And England have to be cautious, both defensively and offensively, but specifically defensively. I consider the way to beat Italy, much like we saw Spain do it, is to try and take initiative, try and take control of the ball. Now, the one thing we have that Spain didn't have in terms of being effective is our front line. Our front three is better than Spain's front three, hands down. And anyone that wants to dispute that, fight me. Honestly. Because when you look, if Spain had our front three, they would have beaten Italy. Now, the only thing is that Spain proved they have is, weirdly enough, they can actually defend, and they're actually solid in terms of being able to pass the ball and defend with the ball as well as off the ball. England, this tournament, have been very effective defensively. We can't let that go. The one thing against the Italians is to frustrate them. If you frustrate them and you manage to get into their heads, they begin to go a little bit loopy. The Italians are very, very good at that, though. The Italians are very, very good at getting in your head. They're the best at it, and they're renowned. They've been doing it for decades. We saw there's so many incidents. And one that just pops to mind is the way they managed to get Zidane sent off in the World Cup final. They are very effective in getting in your head. They are so good at it. England, though, the good thing about the English is that we tend to see things from a mile away, and we are able to deal with that sort of shithousery. Because we're good at it too. Even though the Italians, I feel, are a lot better at it. But we have that ability to stay cool and to not really react. It's a very English thing. We can be very passive. So I hope we bring that onto the pitch today. Fingers crossed. But it's going to be a very, very tough final. I hope we're able to keep the ball, have the control, kill the game early, fingers crossed, and put Italians under pressure. If they are under pressure and they're losing, things get tough for them. So hopefully England are able to do it. Now, in terms of the starting 11, the only doubt right now is Phil Foden. Phil Foden apparently might have picked up something in training, but I think he'll be okay. And he'll be on the bench anyway, so I'm not necessarily expecting him to start. Let's get into the lineup and which starting 11 I think Southgate needs to go with tonight. So, we stick with Pickford in goal. Stick with a back four as well. But Pickford, here's the thing. Yeah, he's had a fantastic tournament. In terms of being able to make saves and really throw himself about, except for the free kick against Denmark from Damsgaard, that was unbelievable. That was unreal. Unreal free kick. But if you look at the way that free kick happened, the Danish, I think it was Christensen and two other lads, managed to get in the way of Pickford and obstruct his view completely. So he had less time to react. Hence why it went down the middle and he still scored. But Pickford, apart from that, has had a very good tournament. The only thing I don't want to see tonight is any passing blunders, because his distribution and passing can be a bit ridiculous sometimes. Just take the easy route. Keep it cool. Keep it simple. You go short, you go short. You go long, you go long. But don't try no madness. So hopefully we don't do that tonight, because if not, the Italians will punish us. You look at Insigne and the speed that he has, along with Chiesa, the speed that he has, Immobile, his finishing ability. I mean, you don't want to mess with him. So look, fingers crossed, he has a good game. In terms of the back four, I'm going to go straight to it, because I think this needs to remain unchanged as far as I'm concerned. Walker, Stones, Maguire and Luke Shaw. Two sides of Manchester coming together. We've got the Man City side on the right with Walker and Stones, and we've got the Man United side on the left with Maguire and Luke Shaw. They've been very effective, especially Luke Shaw. I'm very impressed with him this tournament. And Walker, defensively, has been spotless. Offensively has been 50-50. Some good moments, some bad moments. Doesn't really get crosses into the box as much as I would like to, for example. Doesn't really overlap very, very, very well. But anyway, apart from that, he's solid. You ain't getting past him, and we need that tonight. He's had a very good tournament. The two centre-backs, very impressed, especially Maguire. Very impressive, the both of them. So fair play to them. That needs to continue, and hopefully they give 90 minutes of absolute fire. In terms of midfield, I would stick, weirdly enough, with Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips. Some people might think that's a bad idea. Some people call for Henderson because of experience. I think we need to just stick with what's worked. Simple. Now, in terms of this working, yes, there's a chance that it might not against the Italians, and I get that. But in terms of being able to get us to this point, they've been instrumental, and I feel like this gives us an opportunity to change the game if we want to. If we want to go more defensive, we can bring on a Henderson. If either one of them are getting tired, we can bring on a Henderson. If we want to go more offensive, we can bring on Bellingham. There are options there. I think the balance that these two have so far is good, and we'll see how it goes in the first half against Italy. If we have to make changes, we can. I think that's the best way to go. In terms of the three in front, personally, this is what I would go with. I would go with Mason Mount, Sterling, and Grealish. That's just me. I know Southgate's not going to do that. I've got a feeling he's going to go with Sterling on the left, Sancho on the right, Mount in the middle, and bring Grealish on later. And obviously up front, there's no hiding the fact it's going to be Harry Kane. This is as simple as that. I would go with this though. I think Grealish is our best player, or one of the best players, alongside Sterling and Kane. He starts. It's a final. It's a final. You play your best players in the final because it's a final. There's no waiting until the second half. There's none of that. I mean, if it works, it works. But you never know. We could be 2-0 down at halftime. You simply never know. And for me, I would start our most effective players. But I think Southgate will go in the lines of, let's try and just wear down the Italians. Let's take it slow. Let's be patient. Let's be solid. Don't let them through. Get them tired. Get them worked up. Bring Grealish on for pace, injection. And that way we can wreak havoc. And I think that can be a good way. If it works, it's a risk managed game though. It's a complete risk management business. You've got to determine what risk is worth it and what isn't. And I think Southgate is going to go with what I've just said and not this. But personally, I think this is our best team. Grealish, Mount, Sterling and Harry Kane up top. Sterling's been magnificent. I think we can all agree. Despite all of our criticisms at the beginning of the tournament, he's been flawless. Harry Kane has blossomed late, and that's fantastic. He's now in form, and we're in a final. I mean, that's beautiful. Mason Mount in behind, I think he's going to be instrumental in being able to defend from the front, being able to win possession from the front, being able to launch those quick counter-attacks, and hopefully provide an assist or two. I'd love to see that from Mason, like he did in the Champions League final. Hopefully tonight he can do the same thing. And Grealish for me is just the guy that's just going to wreak absolute havoc. He's the one that's going to drive with the ball, get in between 2 or 3 Italians, being able to create space for others, attract attention, make space for the others, things like that. Grealish is very, very effective. So for me, that is what I would go with. That is my starting 11. But as I've said, I think he's going to start Sancho and put Sterling on the left, and the rest will be the same. But we'll see what happens. That though is my starting 11. And in terms of a score prediction, I can't lie. I'm not going to come on here and say that we're definitely going to win. I'd love to. We got to be realistic though. As much as we all said it's coming home and we're all buzzing and all that, the Italians are a top team. We have to be cautious. In terms of what I truly think is going to happen though, I'm going to be honest and say I think extra time again. I think another 1-1 and then extra time. And then whoever gets it, gets it. But I just pray, I just hope that over there ends up staying at that stadium and ends up staying here. We finally managed to get this Euro trophy here with an England final. Let's keep it here after 90 minutes with us. That's the aim here. Come on, England. Let's win the Euros. I can't believe I'm saying these words. But that is my honest prediction. That is how I think we should set up. That is my thoughts on the game. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. How do you think it's going to go down? What are your score predictions, your lineups? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. And if you're Italian or you're backing the Italians, let me know what you think about the Italians. And let me know what strengths you think they have. And what you think they're going to bring to the table. And why England won't beat them. Let me know. Whatever view you have, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it in the build up to the game. I will be streaming the watch along live on Twitch. So make sure you're following me. Link in the description. And then after that, I will drop my match review. Win or lose, I will drop a match review after the game. Hopefully, I'm buzzing, jumping, celebrating, going mental. So hopefully, I'll see all of you then. Very, very happy. But that is the next time I'm going to see you. If you're not going to be watching on Twitch, if you are, I will see you there though. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. I will see all of you later on. Come on, England. Let's win this trophy. For once, let's win. 55 years of waiting ends tonight. Please, come on, England. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.